Hi guys, Michael here from Team Shift. I'm just profiling my sort of Souls Sky Striker Adventurer Engine deck that I took to 5th place, top 8 at the Birmingham Regional last Sunday. So it was 100 something players, I think it was 103, 7 rounds, and I finished XO2, so 2 draws. So we'll head into the list. 3 Enchantress there. And 1 Griffin. So if you saw my previous list, we're still using Enchantress a lot to search off the Fateful just to link line when we need to. The Griffin's there when we've opened nuts basically, but even if not, he's obviously still a free special summon with or without the Adventurer package, which is really strong. And then we've got the new part of the deck, which is 2 Illusion of Chaos and 2 Souls with preps and the spells that we'll get to soon. And then we've of course got the artifacts, so 2 Scythe, 1 Lancier, and the 2 Destiny Heroes, and then the only other monsters are Ray and Rose. But when you look at a monster lineup like this, you're like, right, we're playing 40 cards, not 60, so we're seeing all our power cards, we're seeing Right Enchantress, Foolish, access to the Souls package, pretty much every game, what is a good normal summon? And the answer is Ray, because it's good going first, it's good going second, you know, high Arte swings, but then it's also that extra body you need. So yeah, so 3 Ray and 2 Rose to round up the monster lineup. Going second, I mean game 2 and 3, sorry, I do often side out another Rose because it is just, let's set up sort of Dagda and Verte every game, and then Ignition lets you play around droplets. I did explain it in the last video, but I'll go through it again once we get to it. So that's the monster lineup. Then we've got 3 Right, 1 Fateful, 1 Dracoback, obviously standard. Then we've got the triple prep because you send it off Souls. Obviously everyone knows how good sending these off Souls is in the base deck. But we're playing 40 cards and we're playing with triple prep. You've got 7 cards that access Souls and 7 cards that access the Adventure package. So you're basically just drawing loads of free cards every opening that you start, which is really good. We've got the 3 Ignition, really important. Even in bad hands where you can just go like activate a card, chain Ignition, target it to set the Scythe when you know you can still DPE. It's really strong. Other than that, Ignition is solid. Clearing your opponent's back row, setting up the Scythe, and then scything them on the next turn, even when you've gone second, is just really good. So 2 Fusion Destiny, 1 Rotor, 1 Called By, and 1 Foolish. And then really small Sky Striker spell package was 2 Anchor, 1 Engage, 1 Hornet Drones, 1 Shark, and 1 Afterburners. 2 Anchor is the big one. It's Y2, it's at 3, it's a really good card. Going second, Anchor is good. Going first, a lot of the time, the way you're Dagda and Verte and setting up, you actually fill your main monster zone quite a bit. So it's just sort of a dead card going first, and you often want to send it off Souls. So just 2. The only time it came up where I could have done with a third was purely Kagari to add Engage back to get an extra draw to search a third, but just adding the one of them was already in my graveyard was just fine. So yeah, just monsters and spells, no traps. So onto the extra deck. We've got 3 Kagari, 2 Shizuku, 2 High Arte, Kana, and Zeke for the Sky Strikers. Same ratio I played in my last profile. 2 Shizuku is absolutely fine. You're not playing a grind game, so 1 access code, 1 Dark, 1 Dagda, 1 Verte, 1 Link Spider, and DPE. So Link Spider is just for the Adventurer token, obviously, to make the Verte, it's 2 effect monsters. But now we'll go on to the side deck. So side deck, I played the 2nd Lancier, 3 Lightning Storm. I think Lightning Storm was good, and it is good against decks like Eldritch and all sorts, but I was tempted to play Mystic Mine, and I think even though obviously I topped anyway, I think I still would have played Mystic Mine, because a lot of decks have far less outs to Mystic Mine than they used to, and it's not in the forefront of people's mind. People aren't actively thinking about it as much, as opposed to last format where it was sort of like, how do I play around mine if they mine me, etc, etc, or at least decks had IO to eventually draw to out mine and stuff. So with that in mind, I think I would play mine instead of Storm, but Storm was still good, so you could test both and see what works. Then we've got the Harpies Feather Duster, 3 Sanctum, 3 Evenly, 2 D-Barrier and 2 Trap Trick. So going first, drawing Trap Trick, D-Barrier or Sanctum, with the Souls package, drawing your cards and everything, you're basically guaranteed to win a game post side that you're going first, because there's no way that you're not drawing these cards in your opening hand in a 40 card deck, or through the Souls package drawing you it, because you've just got so much access to all these sorts of engines that it's very unlikely that you won't see such a high impact card. And then you can often set up Scythe anyway, so you know, save your DPE, or use your DPE first actually in case of droplets, and then if not, hit them with the Sanctum and win anyway. Or Trap Trick for that, or Trap Trick for D-Barrier. Evenly was phenomenal, really good going second. You'll often summon your souls in attack position just in case you draw into Evenly off of it, then you can crash and then Evenly them at the end of the battle phase. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll quickly go over the Ignition play. So it's when you've got DPE, you've got Ignition, and you've got a Scythe set. So you'll activate Ignition, target the other Scythe, or target the Scythe to destroy it. Then you'll set the other Scythe from your deck. Then at the point that this one is activating in the grave to special summon, use this one's effect, pop itself and this one. Because if you summon this and that's still face down, this is that, they'll droplets both and you haven't scythed them. But whilst that one's activating, pop these up, that summons, then these activate, and that activates. If they negate this one, then they're not negating this one. So it's just sort of guaranteed Scythe with Ignition, but even then Ignition's still super good going into back row. There's lots of important back row that people are setting up that you want to clear. Sorts of, I know it's really good against Prank Kids, but it's good against a lot of decks as well, Ignition. So it's a really strong card, and it is a +1 as well. So yeah, I'm really happy with the deck. Performed really well. Seeing lots of cards, drawing lots of cards. Sky Striker Engine is just very good in a grind game as well. So yeah, thank you to everyone in the team, Polly, Carl and Luke that were on there on the day, and yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.